Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be taking a look at the 12 brand new motorcycles nobody wants in 2026. Number 12, BMW R18. The BMW R18 has officially become a permanent showroom fixture in 2026, with brand new units collecting dust and rotting on dealership lots across the USA. When BMW introduced this massive 1800cc boxer twin cruiser, they targeted the premium American V-twin market. But the reality of living with the machine has completely killed consumer demand. The primary reason nobody wants the R18 is its fundamentally flawed ergonomics. The giant protruding cylinder heads physically block forward controls, forcing riders into a cramped mid-control posture that ruins long-distance comfort. The financial risk of the R18 has further paralyzed its sales momentum this year. Because the market is already flooded with barely ridden, deeply depreciated used units, trying to sell a brand new model at its premium retail price has become an impossible task for salespeople. Word has spread through the cruiser community regarding the astronomical out-of-warranty maintenance costs, such as the labor-intensive single-plate dry clutch replacement. The R18 is a motorcycle designed for a static display rather than practical street riding, leaving dealerships stuck with an expensive, heavy inventory liability. Number 11, Triumph Trident 660. The Triumph Trident 660 is facing a severe retail freeze, with brand new bikes sitting unsold and rotting on dealership floors. While it initially debuted as a highly competitive, budget-friendly entry into the British triple lineup, the middleweight naked segment has moved on, leaving the Trident stranded. Buyers are completely ignoring the bike in favor of newer, high-tech twins that offer more aggressive styling and lower operating costs. Dealerships report that the backlog of unsold Tridents has forced them to stop accepting new allocations, as the current stock simply refuses to move despite competitive manufacturer incentives. The decline in demand is also driven by consumer feedback highlighting the bike's budget-oriented omissions. Riders looking at naked bikes expect sharp handling and premium finishes, but the Trident's non-adjustable suspension and plasticky switchgear make it a tough sell against more refined Japanese and European competitors. The 660cc engine, while smooth, lacks the visceral mid-range punch that modern street riders demand for urban commuting. Observing a Triumph dealership floor highlights a stack of untouched Trident 660 units that have lost all retail spark. This middleweight roadster remains completely overshadowed by sharper competition, converting an affordable entry point into a stagnant inventory burden. Number 10, Harley-Davidson Nightster. The Harley-Davidson Nightster is experiencing a massive retail rejection, with brand new units gathering dust and rotting on dealership lots across North America. Introduced as the modern successor to the legendary air-cooled Evolution Sportster, traditional Harley fans have completely turned their backs on the liquid-cooled Revolution Max 975T platform. Purists absolutely loathe the bike for its plastic-heavy construction, quiet exhaust note, and the unconventional underseat fuel cell that ruins classic customization potential. This disconnect has left dealers with a massive surplus of unsold inventory that they cannot move even with deep discounts. The sales stagnation is compounded by a steep MSRP that consumers feel doesn't align with the bike's budget-tier component selection. At roughly $12,000, buyers are unwilling to pay a premium for a motorcycle that lacks the visceral soul and iconic potato rumble of the old iron. Independent shops are hesitant to work on the complex electronics suite, forcing owners into high-priced dealership service models that scare away pragmatic buyers. Scanning the back rows of any Harley-Davidson dealership reveals a grim graveyard of untouched Nightster models. This liquid-cooled experiment has failed to capture the imagination of the street, leaving salespeople stuck with an overpriced, unwanted machine. Number 9, Indian FTR. The Indian FTR is suffering from a prolonged sales drought, with brand new models sitting neglected and rotting on dealership lots. Originally marketed as a flat tracker for the street, Indian's decision to shift the bike toward a 17-inch wheel setup effectively turned it into just another naked bike, destroying its unique market identity. The American V-twin crowd has completely passed on the FTR, while sport naked buyers prefer lighter, more agile options from European brands. This lack of a clear target audience has resulted in a severe inventory backup across the dealer network. The retail freeze is further aggravated by a notorious reputation for mechanical quirks and limited real-world utility. Owners have widely broadcasted complaints regarding persistent cold start issues, a twitchy throttle mapping, and an uncomfortably small fuel tank that limits range to under 100 miles. Sitting at a red light during the summer becomes a painful experience due to the extreme heat radiating from the tightly packed rear cylinder. The Indian FTR remains stranded on the showroom floor, a victim of a muddled identity and frustrating real-world ergonomics. This high-horsepower tracker continues to lose ground, transforming a bold design statement into a stagnant financial liability for dealerships. Number 8. Harley-Davidson Street Glide. The Harley-Davidson Street Glide is experiencing an unprecedented inventory backup, with brand-new units sitting heavily on dealer lots. While it has traditionally been the crown jewel of Milwaukee's touring lineup, consecutive price increases have pushed the MSRP past the comfort level of average American buyers. Consumers are flatly refusing to take on massive, high-interest loans for incremental technology updates, leaving dealerships crammed with premium baggers that are moving at a snail's pace. The used market is simultaneously flooded with pristine, low-mileage street glides, completely undercutting new sales. The retail resistance is also driven by frustration over the complexity of the newer Skyline OS infotainment systems. Traditional touring riders are vocal about software glitches, screen freezes, and connectivity issues that distract from the raw mechanical experience they crave. The sheer weight and heavy low-speed steering of the bike make it a chore in urban traffic, causing aging riders to downsize to lighter platforms. Dealerships that once commanded high premiums over MSRP are now offering aggressive trade-in allowances and zero-down promotions, yet the crates keep stacking up out back without finding homes. The Street Glide's dominant sales reign has hit a significant financial wall, leaving pristine touring models waiting indefinitely for buyers. This heavyweight icon is currently losing the battle against high retail pricing, turning a sales legend into a slow-moving asset. Number 7. Indian Challenger. The Indian Challenger is stuck in a profound retail slump, with brand-new baggers rotting on dealership floors across the country. Built to directly challenge Harley's fixed-fairing dominance, the liquid-cooled Power Plus engine was supposed to revolutionize the American touring segment. Instead, traditional cruiser buyers have pushed back against the liquid-cooled platform, arguing that the motor lacks the visceral thumping character and exhaust note of an air-cooled V-twin. Financially, the Challenger has become a massive headache for the dealer network due to its high price tag and steep depreciation curves. Buyers are unwilling to drop nearly $25,000 to $30,000 on a bike that faces frequent software complaints regarding its Ride Command touchscreen system. With the used market saturated with low-mileage alternatives at a fraction of the cost, brand-new Challengers have become almost entirely unmarketable, sitting under spotlights as expensive reminders of a slow-moving market. The Indian Challenger's high-tech approach has failed to win over the hearts of traditional touring purists, leading to stagnant showroom inventory. Number 6. BMW K1600B. The BMW K1600B is facing a complete sales standstill, with brand-new inline-six baggers sitting unsold and rotting on dealership lots. Designed as an ultra-smooth, high-tech German assault on the American luxury touring market, the bike has failed to resonate with traditional cruiser buyers who demand a low-slung V-twin rumble. On the flip side, sport touring enthusiasts find the feet-forward bagger ergonomics to be a confusing compromise that ruins the bike's high-speed cornering dynamics. The primary deterrent for potential buyers is the terrifying reality of out-of-warranty maintenance and repair costs on a complex six-cylinder platform. A single electronic glitch in the semi-active suspension, adaptive headlights, or the massive TFT display can result in a repair bill that rivals the cost of a small car. Dealership labor rates for BMW's premium touring line are among the highest in the industry, causing savvy long-distance riders to steer clear of new models. Dealers are forced to absorb massive holding costs as these high-end land yachts sit untouched, proving that over-engineering can sometimes alienate the very consumers it tries to attract. The BMW K1600B remains an elite, highly specialized machine that the average touring enthusiast simply refuses to touch. This inline-six cruiser is currently stranded by its own complexity, leaving dealerships with a high-stakes inventory liabilities. Number 5. Harley-Davidson Pan America. The Harley-Davidson Pan America is suffering from a massive retail hangover, with brand-new adventure bikes rotting on the back lots of dealerships. When Milwaukee launched this high-tech machine into the dirt touring segment, it initially drew curious crowds, but persistent reliability rumors have completely derailed its sales momentum. The Revolution Max 1250 engine is packed with variable valve timing and active ride height tech that traditional Harley mechanics struggle to service, creating immense hesitation among long-distance riders who fear being stranded in remote areas without a safety net. Consumer skepticism has reached an all-time high due to widely publicized reports of voltage regulator failures, starter clutch issues, and random electronic code spikes. Adventure riders are notoriously pragmatic, prioritizing bulletproof reliability over spec sheet numbers, and they are overwhelmingly choosing established European and Japanese brands instead. Harley dealers are stuck with an influx of unsold inventory that they cannot move even with aggressive price slashing. The Harley-Davidson Pan America remains a high-tech pariah in the adventure motorcycling community, struggling to overcome severe reliability concerns. This ambitious multi-tool continues to pile up in dealer warehouses, converting an engineering triumph into a slow-moving retail disaster. Number 4. Suzuki Boulevard M109R. The Suzuki Boulevard M109R is facing a severe consumer boycott, with brand-new units rotting on showroom floors. Suzuki has notoriously refused to provide a significant update to this massive muscle cruiser for nearly 2 decades, leaving it entirely irrelevant in the modern market. Buyers are completely unwilling to pay brand-new prices for a bike that features an ancient 5-speed transmission, a dated instrument cluster, and completely lacks modern safety features like traction control or advanced rider aids. It has become a mechanical dinosaur that dealers are desperate to offload. The final nail in the M109R's coffin is its well-documented history of second-gear transmission failures and a heavy, exhausting handling profile driven by the massive 240mm rear tire. Daily commuters and canyon riders find the heavy clutch pull and clunky gear shifts to be completely unacceptable compared to modern power cruisers. Once the factory backing expires, any major gearbox repair on this under-stress giant is a labor-intensive nightmare that can cost half the bike's actual value. Consumers have collectively moved on to more refined, agile, and technologically advanced options, leaving the M109R to sit as a dusty relic of mid-2000s design. This outdated muscle cruiser continues to sit neglected on dealer floors, turning a once powerful icon into an unsellable inventory roadblock. Number 3. Indian Scout Bobber. The Indian Scout Bobber is currently experiencing a severe bottleneck at the dealership level, with brand new units rotting on lots. While it has historically been a strong performer for the brand, the market has reached complete saturation point. Because Indian has flooded the network with multiple styling variations of the same basic platform, buyers are experiencing decision fatigue and are increasingly looking toward newer competitors. Dealers are sitting on rows of identical blacked-out bobbers that are failing to generate any foot traffic or sales excitement. The retail freeze is also driven by a growing consumer awareness of the bike's absolute lack of real-world comfort. The slammed rear suspension offers a brutal 2 inches of travel, transmitting every pothole directly into the rider's spine, a flaw that test riders notice within the first block. Taller American riders find the combination of forward controls and low tracker bars to be physically punishing for anything longer than a 15-minute coffee shop run. With a highly competitive used market offering identical styling for thousands less, brand new Scout bobbers are failing to justify their retail price tags, leaving salespeople frustrated by a completely stagnant product line. This blacked-out cruiser remains glued to the showroom floor, converting a styling icon into a stubborn financial drain for dealers. Number 2, Kawasaki Eliminator. The Kawasaki Eliminator has officially run into a massive retail wall, with brand new models sitting entirely stagnant and rotting on dealership lots across the country. When Kawasaki resurrected this historic nameplate, they marketed it as a direct threat to the mid-sized cruiser segment, but the package has completely failed to generate sales excitement. The primary reason nobody wants the Eliminator is its high-revving 451cc parallel twin engine sourced from a sport bike platform. Cruiser buyers walking into showrooms are looking for a classic low-end V-twin thumping character. But the Eliminator delivers a buzzy, linear power delivery that feels more like a budget commuter than a soulful machine, causing purists to completely reject it. While the bike is incredibly lightweight for city lane splitting, its featherweight chassis becomes an absolute liability on the interstate, where riders report feeling dangerously blown around by heavy crosswinds and passing trucks. At speeds above 70 miles per hour, high-frequency vibrations hum through the flat handlebars and foot pegs, making commutes physically exhausting. Dealerships are stuck with an oversupply of these 450cc cruisers because buyers looking for a serious, long-term platform are stepping up to heavier displacements instead, leaving the Eliminator to sit under showroom spotlights as an unwanted inventory asset. Number 1, Harley-Davidson Sportster S. The Harley-Davidson Sportster S takes the undisputed top spot as the brand new motorcycle nobody wants, with units actively rotting on dealership lots across the USA. When Harley launched this liquid-cooled, 121-horsepower muscle bike under the sacred Sportster nameplate, they fundamentally miscalculated what their core audience wanted. Traditional buyers absolutely loathe the machine for abandoning the simple, raw, and highly customizable air-cooled lineage of its predecessors. It is viewed within the community as a technological betrayal, resulting in an immediate and devastating sales freeze that has left dealers holding a massive volume of unsellable stock. The primary physical deterrent for anyone brave enough to test-ride the Sportster S is its brutal, punishing ride quality. With an absurdly short 2 inches of rear suspension travel and a balloon-like wide front tire, the bike handles like a truck in tight corners, while slamming every road imperfection directly into the rider's lower back. The aggressive forward controls and low handlebars create an awkward, clamshell ergonomics layout that becomes agonizing within 10 miles. At price nearing $17,000, consumers are flatly refusing to finance a bike that offers zero touring comfort, clumsy handling, and zero traditional brand soul, making it the definitive showroom anchor of the season. And with this, we have reached the end of this video. Make sure to like it and subscribe the channel for future upcoming videos.